the most energy in. But see here, right there, lag. But what even happened there? And I'm not even playing a real lobby. I'm in a solo lobby. Dead. Dead because of the lag. Blame the computer, of course. What's up, everyone? We are here in Traveling Time, Minnesota, but I picked up the MacBook Neo. For those of you unaware of what MacBook Neo is, it is an A18 chip, which was in the iPhone 16 and now been repurposed to be in a MacBook enclosure. So people are comparing it to almost the M1 MacBook Air. It has faster single core speeds. We're going to be testing this video. Despite the background noise, for those of you who don't know, new time dad, I travel into tech, do gaming, play Dota. All this to say, like, kind of amateur YouTuber, and just I wanted to give a perspective, almost like your average consumer, where it's like I'm just a dude using it, traveling. I have like whatever my perspective might align to yours, and I am a new dad, and in between working, traveling, playing with my kiddo, I make content to, I guess, for the love of the game. For the love of the game. So let's take a look at kind of explaining the A18 chip, and then we'll get into some of the gaming and then a little bit of problems that I've seen using this chip from my perspective as a tech enthusiast, but I'll try to frame it also from the lens of someone who just wants to use a laptop. All right, guys, so I have plugged in a mic so you can't hear all the crazy noises that my kiddo is happening with my grandparents. But let's just talk about the A18, this MacBook Neo, $599 just released. There's a version that has a Touch ID, and that bumps you up. And it also gives you 512 gigabytes of SSD. This thing comes with 8 gigabytes RAM on all models, no MagSafe. So it's basically, in my opinion, like a reimagined MacBook Air, M1 MacBook Air, and the price segmentation trying to battle and verse against that. I will say, people are into buying used, or even Walmart was selling new. I'll just say, in my opinion, this is faster than the M1 MacBook Air and has a better GPU kind of architecture, so you could support some metal FX things that you couldn't do with the MacBook M1. So yeah, with that said, I have to go back to my YouTube videos just for context. I buy things if I keep them. I do long term. I kept an M1 Max 14-inch, but I picked up here even despite traveling. I'm here for a couple more days. I plan to bring it back on Frontier. Hopefully they'll let me take the bags. But yeah, MacBook Neo, same weight as a MacBook Air. And I'll just say, from my testing, I'll obviously showcase, I've already made a video on one. In general, I think my thoughts for who this is marketed to is just anyone who needs an office thing and wants to casually play games. I think League of Legends, Dota actually plays well. Anything more intensive, or even if you're especially trying to do crossover gamings to play Windows games, not going to work. But you can see here I got the citrus. It's funny, it might be a viral thing. Is this yellow or is this green? That's what the Apple person was talking to me about. To me, I thought it was green. Some people think it's yellow. Citrus obviously could be lime or lemon, in my opinion. The screen, I noticed, you don't have nano. I always notice when I've been recording has like backdrop. Obviously, I'm recording this on another machine. I have an M5 Pro. I bought both devices in the evaluation period. I think I am going to switch out the M1 Max for this machine. I got the model that has no touchscreen, so it's just a lock button, and also if you long press it, that's how you get the power. And I'll say from using it, I'll show you in the test that I made. Basically, a really good device for people trying to get in, but I do have questions of like why if it has the same speeds as an M4 MacBook Air, or even if you want to pay more to get the M5. I think some of that price range is for people to consider. In my opinion, I think M4 Air is the base you should try to invest. But yeah, let's just take a look at like literally the base model. Now, a break from our sponsors. So typically, I would say most people when they're starting on YouTube, their affiliate sales or whatnot, I might as well just sponsor myself and showcase what I've been up to. So I've been hinting at people for a while, AI content, AI development. I just shipped this Trip Sync that actually my wife and her friends are using. It was spawned by kind of watching how my wife plans. Obviously, I said I travel. Hint, hint. It's actually because my wife likes to travel a lot. But I made this app, Trip Sync. I'm showcasing kind of the build I did, showcasing a tour. Basically, I want to replace Splitwise and Google Sheets, Google Meets, stuff like that, where you just plan stuff, and technically Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, where you chat about things. If anything has to do with trip planning, Trip Sync is for you. And kind of actually going into some testing. So I whipped out. So obviously, I just bought these Macs. I brought with me before I bought them a Zephyrus G15 2021. And then kind of just showcasing, I'm kind of scrubbing through as I'm talking, and I'll edit the video and post. Um, Windows always does this, where it's like you restart, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, do you want to use OneDrive or all this crap? It's like, no, I want to just use my machine, bro. But basically, what I'm showcasing here is Docker Compose Up. So when I first ran it, it was bad. But basically, just want to showcase how the when the basically when the terminal on the bottom text stops running, you could see how fast the SSD speeds are, and obviously we're seeing here that the M5 Pro with the almost like 1 GB SSD speeds, along with the processor, just finishes first. But then right behind it is the Apple Neo. So again, there the single core is really good. Um, all this to say, for tech coding stuff of that nature, definitely capable. Obviously, I'm running Cursor. You can use Visual Studio Code. Have a Docker container. If you don't understand any of this stuff, just basically this is what tech dev people might do, or vibe coders. And then we go here, and the Zephyrus, obviously has a 3070, can play games really well. Just takes like, in my opinion, way longer. Fans, stuff like that. So check out TripSync. I'll leave a link below. I also have another game, Party Times, that I'm pushing. I'll just link both. They have explainers, and I guess I could affiliate sell the Clods, but I'll just wait to do that. But yeah, thanks sponsor, aka myself, aka thanks for watching this video. Check it out. I want some feedback. Appreciate you guys. So let's just start off with problems. In my opinion, this um, would be seen. I honestly tried to record it, but like yesterday's video, I said if you're recording with QuickTime, there's some issues. I noticed some things with like Steam and downloading that I'm not sure if it's a Wi-Fi 7, A18 thing, but literally my speeds at this place I've tested are like 300 megabits per second. But then when I turn on a Steam download, all of a sudden it goes down, and it's not obviously like using the full bandwidth, right? It should be 30 megabits per second. It's only downloading at like 5. But then when I was trying to browse, um, it just like nothing was loading. I don't know if it's a router thing or because I have an M5 Pro also connected. I just wanted to point out some of these things I noticed. Another thing is like obviously I've installed games, all this stuff. For example, with Metro, it reserves a lot of space. It blocks out the SSD and takes a lot of space. It it kind of like locks up your system just using the SSD. And for those of you who don't know, there's a MacBook, like a Reddit post that said this is half the speed of M1. I think that's causing some of the issues and slowdowns that I'm noticing. I'm trying to like kind of monitor and debug. But that's just one thing I noticed, is I think that by limiting this SSD, maybe most users won't see it, but I mean, like, if you're like for what I was showing was like installing Git and installing Homebrew, which then installs Xcode, and maybe you want to download a game or downloading a movie or something. I feel like, depending on what your internet speed is, you could have system slowdown that I don't remember seeing in any MacBook I've reviewed before, starting with the M1 MacBook Air. I just want to point that out. So look, in this market of gamers trying to play at 599, I've been reading Reddit posts, YouTube posts. People are like, "Hey, this is like the Switch 2 price at a portability, 18 hours battery life or 16 hours battery life, can play WoW." I mean, for people getting into entry level, like in my opinion, the pricing ladder, it's this and then the MacBook Air and then used MacBook Airs. So I think, I think this trades blows from what I know of the benchmarks with the if it's fat, it's got the same single core speed as M4. um, so I think that's where you should be basing things. And if you went to whatever the used prices of M4s, I saw someone get a clearance 15-inch 850 MacBook Air M4. Um, they got it for 850 at Best Buy. So, then you're starting to get into like a $250 difference, even if you get the 15-inch one. I mean, obviously that's a clearance. You get the MagSafe. I think the camera's a little bit better on the M4 MacBook Air. Um, and obviously 15 inches is bigger. Um, but I guess what I'm showing here on the screen is like, so I test out different settings. For my previous test on WoW, I didn't have the render resolution up, so I turned it to native. I basically tested out. Obviously, I wasn't talking about it, but like on 10, you get 20 frames per second at native resolution. And then here, I'm just literally clicking down, hitting apply. You can see it kind of gradually go up. I think for people who like gaming at 30 frames per second, the three setting is what, in my opinion, obviously I'm not in a town or city. If someone wants to explain to me how to do the realm thing, I've been trying to do it. I don't pay for this game. I couldn't figure out which realm to go into the city. But yeah, three settings gets you 60 frames per second. Here in League of Legends, max resolution, Retina, etc., very high. We're seeing here in ARAM, it started out at 120, but then kind of dipped into 70, 60. The frame is the screen is 60 hertz, so I think that's what you should be used to playing, unless you think you're going to connect to an external monitor. As I kind of hinted at earlier, I obviously won this game. So if I could win games in a MacBook Neo, then if you're in this price market and you play League of Legends, then get this because it's not losing games for you. So actually, I tested out Metro, what is it, Exodus, which has been a native game. So what I heard from some people on Reddit is they said like Rosetta doesn't work. I'm trying to test that out. I mean, I'm pretty sure this game is Rosetta, and same with League. It just uses Metal. Someone will have to correct me in the comments, but I just wanted to showcase here, like here's some of the settings. Basically at low, couldn't, I had to restart, but I didn't. We're basically getting like 20, 30 frames per second. I randomly ran into an issue where it said it crashed, and then I was able to hit OK, and it kept going. So maybe an issue with SSD, as I described before, maybe. But yeah, running 8 gigabytes, I mean, getting like 30, 40 sometimes frames per second, in my opinion, pretty good on low to play this game. And then, of course, the game that I spend multiple hours, years on playing, and I've always critiqued it if you're a Dota 2 player. I mean, you'll see people talk about, oh, yeah, you get the frames per second, but then, like, do they actually play Dota? That question. Like, so if there's anything you're going to pay attention to in this video, if you want to play this game, play Dota, I have like 5,000 hours and above. On Max, there is no shader caching. You still see here 8 gigabytes RAM and with a slow SSD. You kind of get these frame drops. And as I mentioned before, crossover version usually runs better. What I always do in Mac is what I'm doing right here on the screen is clicking so the whole map kind of loads the shaders. But then even then, I haven't ran like the spells animation, right? So when I jump or when Lion like uses his stun, the game stutters. All that to say, like, I mean, I don't know what a $599 Windows laptop is. I have complained before that when I click the mouse, the drag isn't there. So when I play Invoker or Arc Warden, it like kind of lags. You can tell from this section. This is like the section I am most energy in. But see here, right there, lag. But what even happened there? And I'm not even playing a real lobby. I'm in SSD, or what am I trying to say? I'm in a solo lobby. Dead because of the lag. Blame the computer, of course. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of all I'll say is what like if you get into RMAC gaming on Reddit, they always talk about this shader caching, like Counter Strike, even on good machines like M5, like whatever, right? They're like, oh, you gotta like play a demo game first before playing, so you don't have this lag in real life. And then here, even on Mac, Control W, Control Q closes. So just things you just have to get used to playing on a Mac. So, guys, I just wanted to wrap up. I've been granting a lot of videos. I'm sure people, if you're used to this channel or if you subscribe, you like my style of video. Try to throw some charisma in there, keep it fresh. I mean, obviously, you could just look at benchmarks. I'm not even sure why people look at videos except to have fun and look at personality. Look, testing this machine, I need to go back, look at the videos for the M1 MacBook Air, but I just showed like a little bit that it could run crossovers, could run parallels. And then here, the CPU speed is better, but I really think it's hindered by the SSD speed, which is blocked or like even lower than the M1 MacBook Air. If this had the same speed as the M1 MacBook Air, I think this would crush the pricing ladder of just buying a new. I think you could get a new MacBook Air at Walmart still, or even getting a used one would be the value proposition. I think just what I've seen from Slowdowns alone in the system freezing up, QuickTime. I showcased yesterday that I couldn't record QuickTime, so some issues there. But guys, I'll just say in the Apple Store, in their price lineup, we got the Macs. We can take a look at all the Macs they have. You got the MacBook Air, MacBook Neo. 13-inch starts at $1099 versus $599. And then if you want the Touch ID, so that's almost like a $400, $500 difference. The MacBook Air is going to have the M5, which is really fast, and again, the M4 MacBook Air is kind of the same single core speed. So if we just search like Apple certified, you can typically find, shopping pricing options. I would say like, here, low to high, you can still get the M4 MacBook Air for $649. Again, compared to the $599, that's only $250 difference. And of course, I mentioned there was Reddit posts talking about, getting a 15-inch on clearance for $850, which is actually insane too. So, it depends on what your guys' budget is. If you could stretch the dollars, I would say, like, in my opinion, just get a MacBook Air, and especially the M5 MacBook Airs with their single core speed and their GPU improvements. I think, in my opinion, is the best value for the dollar. I didn't get that machine to test out. I'm making this video on M5 MacBook Air. All that to say, just I guess wait for more tests. Obviously, if you need the device now for some reason, you could pick it up. But I think this is one of those devices that a lot of YouTubers are going to be focusing on, even me myself. And I'm actually just keep it just to like kind of keep up with my YouTube content. Like 2 months later, 3 months later, the Neo. 4 months later, 4 months later, and 2 weeks. 28 days later, 28 years later, I'm going to be making Apple Neo content. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this channel, some of the energy and fun I put into it. I think, obviously I get a couple of views, but I think more people should be having fun watching content and more people should be having fun making content. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace.